Hi class, my name is Rodrigues Mavita, and today I'm going to present you a brand new security policy that we created for the Green Pace that we named Green Pace Security Policy and Implementation Guidelines. So in the overview, I'm going to talk about the defense in depth. In this, we are going to have in this project multiple layers of security controls. We're going to use the integration of security throughout the SDLC. We are also going to use an automated vulnerability detection and regular security assessment. For the threat matrix, we're going to have a buffer overflows. We're going to have SQL injection. We'll have authentication bypass, and we're going to have encryption weakness. So we're going to use the 10 principles. In this principle, we're going to start with the input validations, which is on standards 1 and 2. We're going to use output encoding on standards 3 and 4. We're going to have authentication and authorization, which is on standard 5. We're going to have session management, which is on standard 6. We will also have error handling, standard 7, data protection, standard 8, system configuration, standard 9, database security, standard 10, file management and communication security. And our coding standards, we're going to list it according to the coding priority. So in this, we're going to have input validation controls, authentication controls, encryption implementation, access control checks, error handling, logging standards, memory management, configuration management, session management, and API security. So according to the encryption policy that we are going to use, we'll have data in transit. We'll use TLS 1.3. We're going to have data at reset. We'll use AES-256. We're going to have data in use. We're going to use memory encryption. We'll use as well key management policies and certificate management. For the AAA policies, we're going to have, first one is going to be authentication, in which we're going to do multi-factor authentication. We're going to use the password policies and session management. We're going to also have, other than authentication, we'll have authorization that will consist of role-based access control, principle of least privilege, and access control lists. And the last one is the accounting. Accounting will consist of audit logging, activity monitoring, and compliance tracking. So this is an example of unit testing that consists of input validation and also authentication. So as you can see, this one is the automation summary that consists of access and plan. After assessing and planning, we're going to do the design. Whenever the design is ready, we are going to build the policy, security policy, and after building, we are going to verify and test. After that, that is consist of the pre-production steps. And after doing the pre-production, we're going to pass to the production one. The production will consist of transition and health check of the security policy. We are going to do what we call monitor and detect. And after that, we are going to do what we call respond. And the last one will consist of maintaining and stabilizing the policy. So the tools that we are going to use to create our security policy will consist of DevSecOps pipeline, in which we're going to do code commit to static analysis and the build to dependency checks, and the test will be about security testing. We're going to deploy it, that will be about configuration checks, and the monitor will consist of runtime analysis. And risk and benefits of this policy, the immediate action is going to be to implement input validation that will consist of the risk, which is going to be high, and the cost is going to be low. We will do the encryption or to encrypt sensitive data, and this the risk is high and the cost is medium. Also, add authentication controls, and the risk is high, the cost is medium. Those one were the immediate action. And the delayed action will consist of logging improvements, and this the risk is medium, the cost is low. And UI security, the risk is low and the cost is high. So as a recommendation for this security policy, for the current gaps, we'll have mobile app security, cloud security controls, third-party integration security, and container security. For the future prevention, what we recommend are implement security champions program, regular security training, automated security testing, and threat modeling integration. So as a conclusions, standards to prevent the future problem, we're going to use the OWASP ASVS, which is Application Security Verification Standard, that will provide detailed security requirements, define security listing, testing frameworks, and that will establish verification levels. And secondly, we're going to use the NIST cybersecurity framework that will consist of risk assessment methodology, security control implementation, continuous monitoring strategy. And the third one, standard to prevent the future problem that we're going to use, is going to consist about the Cloud Security Alliance or CSA standard that consists of cloud security guidelines, container security best practices, and microservice security patterns. And the fourth one, to prevent the future problem, is going to be the DevSecOps pipeline standards. It's about automatic security testing integration, continuous security monitoring, and security as code implementation. So this is a list of reference that guys you can, if you have time, you can read this line and see exactly where we got most of our stuff, the stuff that we put on the, or we used on creating this new security policy. Thank you. Now you can ask the question. Thank you.